Hello, it is Lord Haywire. Man, it seems so quiet in here. Uh, I listen to music that you guys can't hear because I don't want to get like copyright issues. So, anyways, um, this is my 2D 4X project. This is what I'm always working on, almost every week, and I am gonna stream some Hex Demon here. I know I keep saying that, and then I never do. I started working on it again because I needed something to work on, and I always send a test message to myself here. If you're wondering why this didn't appear on the screen, it was supposed to appear on the screen. That's why I do it. Let me click these buttons again. On YouTube, for some reason, YouTube sometimes it does not quite work with my test thing. There we go. All right. So this is a 2D 4X game that I'm making. It's open source. I'm learning Godot and C# at the same time. So, I was looking at the code. So when I started this, right before I started the stream, I hit play, and did some stuff just to see that everything was working before I started my stream. Because every time I start my stream, there's some bugs, and there was bugs, and I fixed them already. There was 2 of them. If I assigned a researcher here, because we're working on research right now. If I assigned a researcher, let's make sure this is not working. I mean, it is working. Let's make sure it's working. So this guy's up here. It was bugging out. If I moved the guys, it was actually still getting an error here. It was thinking they were still assigned, even though they weren't. So every time I start a stream, there's a bunch of bugs, and I usually fix them right at the beginning, but I already fixed these 2. And so we're going to hope that there's no more bugs. But the thing we need to work on today is storage. So currently we only have a few resources. This is food, this is scrap, and this is money and influence. Influence will not have a storage cap. Money will not have a storage cap, but we're not really doing money right now. We're just doing influence, food and scrap. Those are the 3 things. And so each county that you own, in the beginning, you only start with 1 county. We need to know how much storage is there. And I was setting this up last time to have 2 different types of storage: perishable storage for like perishable foods, and then non-perishable. And I already thought of an issue with that. And that issue is that, let's say you have wood and scrap, right? Which wood isn't on this list. You have wood and scrap. What happens when scrap has filled up all of your non-perishable storage, but you want to add wood? Like, you want to balance it. So then you would have to have like a storage screen for each county that you would want to adjust, which isn't the end of the world, and it is going to be something we're going to have to do, I think. Kind of like Songs of Six. You have like warehouses in that game, and in the warehouse you can go in and you can adjust how much storage for each item. I would like it to be where you don't have to micromanage that shit, where like the population goes, oh, this stuff is we don't need this shit, we have too much of it, and then they make room for the wood, but then that's a whole different problem. So I was thinking we probably want storage for different types of resources, and I have a lot of shit open here. And the problem is, every time I close one of these, I need to reopen it. Did I mention that we're fixing that? So this is where I was going with fixing those 2 things. Looking at the code, it's so fucking spaghetti code. At some point, yeah, my code's it's garbage. At some point, I feel like I'm gonna have an epiphany, and I'll be like, oh, this is how you make it less spaghetti code. But I'm not to that point yet. I did watch a tutorial on interfaces earlier. And the thing is, I watched this one where this guy was quite good, where the guy was talking about all these different issues you could run into doing your code a certain way. And I was like, man, this is the exact issues I'm running into. And so he mentioned like interfaces, which is why I said in like last stream, I don't know what interfaces are, C# interfaces. So I need to work on those, add those in, but they're useful. They're definitely going to be useful, but they're not what I was thinking of. There's this other thing that I don't know what it's called, where you can like assign methods to another method. And so you would switch between the different methods. Anyways, it's unimportant right now. So I'm actually going to start my music that you guys can't hear because I want to, it's so silent in my ears. I should probably get some music that you guys can hear that's like copyright free, but it's all like techno shit. What do they call it? EDM now? Yeah, they don't call it techno anymore. I'm an old man in that case. So storage, I don't think we got to any of it. We didn't start any of it. I guess I could search. Do I have capitals on? No. I don't think we did any. And I have this list here. This is how I look each time is what assign max storage at start to county data. Add county-based storage to game. So if we look here, the idea I would like to have up here, like how much your max storage is, but the problem is, let's say you have 100 storage in this one and 50 in this one, and you add them together and you get 150 up here, but then this one has 50 and it's running out of storage, so you're paying attention to how much of this resource you're getting, let's say scrap, and you keep losing resources even though your max storage is not full. So your max storage isn't full, but you're losing resources. It's going to be confusing. And the reason why you would lose that is because this one can store 100 and this one can store 50. So this one's full and this one is not full. So I don't think we want this at the top. What we're going to want to have it is in this county info panel, as I call it. The county info panel will need to show how much storage, or we're probably, I mean, we just got to bite the bullet and do like a storage panel. That's part of it. So this is all for research. We're doing research forever, and we're going to be working on research for 100 years here. And as we add each research item, it causes these other things to get made. And so basic storage would be improvements. So you'll have a set storage that you can always have, like every county or every county will have whatever they can store 5,000 scrap or whatever. Joker, how's it going? Yes, it is eternal storage, eternal research. So I think I actually just now decided I think we're going to have a storage panel. I wish there was a way to make it like easy to see on this county info panel, so you could just glance at it. You could be click, oh, okay, I'm out of storage here. But I don't think that that's going to be possible because we are going to need storage for different resources. Like wood will have its own amount of storage. Or, man, it's going to be complicated. Let's stick with perishable and non-perishable for now, and then make it more complicated in spaghetti later, because that's the goal. And then I guess we got to fix this to also show wood up here. What things do we have? Let's look at that first. What resources do we have? So we have resources and then another folder inside this called resources, just to make it confusing. So we have wood, vegetables, scrap, and fish. Win, how's it going? It's yes. I was saying earlier that I fixed a couple bugs before I started streaming, and it's just like this is the definition of spaghetti code. Everything is just goes, I don't know. One day I'll figure out a better way to do it. So I think food will be okay to be in one. Let's see what we put in here. Yeah, it's a resource type. Yeah, I wish I had a better name for these. I wish these weren't called resources, actually. I guess we can add wood to this top bar. I've been doing good. I hope my overwork at my day job is over for the time being. So the other thing we probably could do. So think of like building games when you're like you have a city builder and you hover over something and it shows a list of everything that you actually have. That's probably what we should do. Scrap's gonna be special. Scrap definitely. So scrap is like I don't like the term scrap, but I'm gonna figure it out a better term at some point. Um, oh yeah, I posted on my Discord today because I was watching one of those tutorials. The thing that I'm always complaining about is called string references. I didn't know what it was called, and what that is, I always complain about this. Call deferred. It's this shit. I hate that so much. And it's called a string reference, and this person was telling me that it's a universally hated thing. So at least I feel uh, vindicated. Yes, I feel vindicated. But you know what you can do with this is you can go name of and make this like that, so it's not a string. The reason why is because it's so easy to fuck that up. It being a string in there. I hate it. I wonder if you could do this. No, this is not. This is just a string. Anyways, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So let's look at this one more time. We got influence, we got money. Those are not going to change. Food, we could have this become a button and you hover over it. It wouldn't really be a button like you would click on it. You would just move your mouse. It would just be on hover and it would bring down a list of the different foods. And then scrap's going to be special. We should probably put that over. Move these, which actually shouldn't be that hard. Famous last words here. Looking in the wrong spot. Top info or top bar control. If we just move these up to here, save it. Right, exactly. It's not that hard. And then, let's see. I hope I don't have like get child or something in there. All right, so that worked. To just move those over. So I think let's worry about that top bar later. Let's start with this storage thing. So our county data is going to each county is going to need to know what storage it has. What is stored, and this is not for influence. Where are we storing this influence and money and stuff? Where do we keep that? That's faction level. So money and influence is faction level. County level, we're gonna have what's going on here? I guess we should do an array. Dictionary. We can do a dictionary or we can do an array. How many do we have right now? We're just gonna have two. So let's just do the two things. Yeah, let's create a problem for us later. That sounds like a great idea. So we'll create this problem in the future and we'll deal with it in the future. So right now we'll just stick in two things. I guess they'll be ints. Where are we gonna put this here? Map textures, county select. We don't need that down that far. Above heroes, above the biomes. No, after the biomes, we'll put in here a public int. I feel like I did this the last time. Parish. We don't want this thing clicked though. Oh wait, I did start to do this. Where is this? But then I commented out. Wonder why I did that. I should watch like the last 10 minutes of my streams from the last week to know what my thought process was here. Okay, so perishable, and then once we get this working, maybe we'll go to because that's going to be a problem where if you have too much scrap and you won't be able to add wood, but maybe that just inspires you to build more storage. I don't know. So this will be fine to begin with. I'm very curious why I commented that out though. Like it wouldn't have done anything not existing. 500 is way too low though. 5,000 is more like it. All right, so we have this set now. And we're going to need to put this in the county panel. And we'll just put this, like I said, it's not going to be the best spot for now. We're going to have to, man, I don't really want to dive that deep into storage, but we might have to. Have like a whole storage panel that has the different storage. Then we were going to have buttons that are like plus or minus on each one. It'll be a fucking nightmare. It'll be as bad as character creation. Character creation is like the most boring thing to do. And it turns out I'm not the only one who thinks that. Another thing where I feel vindicated. All right, fuck it. We'll have to do it. I can't think of it. We gotta do it. All right, fuck. All right, here we go. This is gonna be awful. You should immediately show up in the county improvements panel right now. You have to. Oh, that's a bug. I should label this as a bug. All right, this is what we're gonna do. This is not a county improvement. This is gonna be a whole new column. This is gonna be awful. It's gonna be like the worst thing. It's almost as bad as the quest thing. I'm working on quests in my other game, and it's awful. It makes me want to quit programming. It's so fucking convoluted. I never thought about how convoluted it was when I playing a video game, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do this next part of the quest, and you got to keep track of every fucking thing. You click, yeah, I want to accept that quest. Sure, then it puts it on this tracking thing, and then where is that quest located? And then you got to, oh, it's awful. Storage. A whole new column here. I've kind of changed how I do this too. And then we got to move this all the way over. Come over here. And we got to keep moving this. And I was like, I must be doing quests wrong. There's got to be an easier way. And I actually watched one of Joker's videos. He's one of the people in chat right now. And I was not doing it wrong. It just is. Once you get past the basics, it starts just growing. It's not that bad. It's just kind of painful. All right, so here we go. We're going to have. Oh, we got to put a storage over here too. What did I want you? Well, we can put it here. Storage. And this we'll put over here. We'll put it actually above this. We don't care about the tooltips right now. All right, so first thing we got to do is create storage panel, which is awful. We're going to have create button on county panel, county info panel. We're going to need to, this is like going to be like a sub thing here. I'm envisioning in my head what this is going to look like. I guess that's enough for now because I'm not quite sure what it's exactly going to look like. So we're going to just do this from scratch here. More UI stuff. Who would have thought that a strategy game is just all fucking UI? Okay, so for this, Lord Mac, how's it going? Nobody knows how computers work. That's what I tell people at my job all the time. Nobody knows, and I kind of like half believe that. Like, it sounds crazy. This is gonna be, what is this thing? A panel container? Um, I think that they've, speaking of spaghetti programming, I think that so many different people have, like Windows, the OS, for example, so many different people have worked on so many different parts of it that I feel like nobody really knows how that shit works anymore. Storage. And so you might notice that I have a lot of controls here, and then occasionally I have like a, oh, this is a margin container. Occasionally I have like a panel container sitting here. I didn't know that panel containers came with a control at the beginning, or well, until like 2 weeks ago. I noticed, I was like, wait, there's a fucking control in here. So a panel container has a control, so I don't actually need these controls. I can take them, and put the top thing, like this margin container has a control in it too. So I could get rid of these controls. The one bummer with that is I did want these all to be the same type of node, but we're too far gone for that. So this is gonna go, let's put it here. And then we also had a theme somewhere that I think may actually be useful. Let's load a theme from our themes. It's gonna be a full panel, and that did nothing. I think we gotta go like this first. This shouldn't cover up. Which, do you have this theme? Full panel. Margin. I'm a big fan of butter. I think everyone is. I don't know if have had margarine. What is going on with this thing? I gotta do something. Oh, it didn't stick. Maybe I didn't hit open. This needs to go down here though. How is this one? I did this a couple weeks ago and I've already forgotten how this shit works. Is this one cover up the... Oh, and they do cover up the whole thing. I thought we were having it so they didn't cover up the top bar, but I guess I didn't. Now I know many people who are into that margarine, but I guess I haven't experienced it. Does the research one cover up the whole thing? Oh, it does. All right, I guess that's what we're doing. So how is this going to work? We're going to need a label. This is going to take forever. I'm telling you, this is going to take like 6 months. We're going to need a label called county name. We need to know what county we're looking at. This is going to be awful. Besides it being awful, it's going to make it very micromanagey. We're going to... This is going to be... it's margarine just like butter, right? That come, I remember going over to a friend's house. It's like in a tub here. Then we're gonna need, so we're gonna need this at the top. We're gonna need an H box, so we might as well, actually a V box. And inside that V box, we're going to need, I'm wondering if we should put a vehicle body. I'm wondering if we should put a buttons or fields. let's just set one up first. This is gonna be one of those things where it starts out extremely lame looking, and then as we add resources, it's gonna get larger and larger. But it shouldn't be. We probably want to do a scene in here for each little section so that when we edit one, it will just adjust. Oh, I think we're gonna get to use that thing, Joker. The max. Math F max. So here, let's just do this. Let's just add, we're going to need a label. We're going to need another label. And we're going to need, let's put something in here. Left. Let's do this. This is going to be resource. We're going to need another label. This is going to be current amount. And this is going to be max amount. And then we're going to need, well, I guess we'll label this too. Resource name label. Current amount label. Max amount label. I already had label on there. And in this V box, we're going to need an H box. And that's going to have these things in it. And can we put a margin at the top of this? No. So before we get to here, we're going to put a margin container up here. This is going to go inside this. This is going to be something. Where the fuck is this? Top is going to be, I think it's like 26. Where's my county label here? County name. This is going to be centered. We're going to go down to, yeah, I think you're right. Margarine is like plant stuff. I know that butter is really bad for you. My mom actually recently mentioned that. She was like, I think I said this earlier. I always joke that like certain food is like butter delivery systems because it's like you're not actually eating it for anything but the butter. What did I have the other night? Oh, pancakes. I was saying I was gonna have pancakes for dinner, and I did. And those are just really butter delivery systems. They're just like, I barely put any syrup. I just put like fucking just tons of butter. You know, you get a stack of pancakes, you put the butter in between each thing, then you put butter on top, and then you put like a little thing. Yeah, it's just basically I think I ate like 3/4 of a stick of butter for like a thing of pancakes that were like that tall and like that circular. Artichoke hearts, artichoke leaves and hearts. It's just like butter delivery system. Totally. It is. I'm gonna have a heart attack one day when I'm streaming. You guys are gonna think I'm making a joke, but I'll be dead. All right, what am I doing? This is fine, except I want this font to be bigger, so I think I need to go to here. Font size. I don't remember what we agreed on here. Font size 24 is what we're going with. I thought this theme would help me, but I don't think themes are working out how I want them to. County name title. Label. We want this to be 24. There we go. strawberry jello and whipped cream. Yeah, that sounds like, I don't know about the jello part. When you say jello, do you mean like jelly? That sounds like something that, all right, what is the size of this thing now? 34. So we need this to be 35. That didn't, 35. And then back to this V thing. We're going to center this V thing. And resource, current amount, max amount. And then we're going to also need some buttons in here. A couple of buttons. Oh, was it was it a good dream? This would be the plus button, and then this is going to be the minus button. I think we actually want that the other way around. And it looks like we're going to want to put a minimum size on this because otherwise it looks dumb. What is this, 25 or something? Okay, 25 didn't do shit. What about 50? Am I in the wrong thing here? Nope, I am not. I want this to be a square. X. It says this thing's size. Maybe because of that TV show? It says the size is 351. That's not 351. What is this thing's size? 18. See, this is more like, and then we do a minimum size of whatever, 35. And 30, how big is this? That's fine. Wonder why this one's so weird. Why don't I just delete this one and then duplicate this one? How do you feel about that? And I haven't watched it. I plan to. I want to watch it. I just haven't. I want to watch Dune 2 as well, but I want to rewatch um, the first one. The original Shogun video game, I remember being fucking amazing. You know, the Total War one? That thing was the shit at the time. I've always wondered if it holds up. That sounds like, yeah, that sounds like the video game, because they have ninjas in that. I think you can assassinate the other leaders, if I remember correctly. Then we'll also want to put an input field. See, this is going to be awful. What is it called? Text. A text edit. I don't want a multi-line. Is it a text edit? It is a text edit. All right, so we will put in here. Need our layout. We'll make this somewhat bigger, like 100. Yeah, that's fine. And what did I do? 35 on the other one? We'll do 35. Which is fine. Is there a sequel? Is there a show? Oh, right. That's one of like the better Total Wars, if I remember correctly. I don't think I played it besides like at someone's house or something. Okay, so this horrible thing is what we have so far. We have a resource name, we have the current amount, we have the max amount, we have buttons that will like bring it up by 5, I guess. We'll do 5s. Oh man, we might need to like shift click or some shit. And then we'll have this which will be where you can type in the max amount. Oh, we need something else though. We're gonna need another label down here that's actually not gonna be that big, but we can still just duplicate this one, and this is gonna be your max. Actually, another fucking H thing. H box, and we'll put it up here, and we'll put this in here, and we're gonna put in here. This is gonna say max perishable, and then we'll put a thing like that, and then we'll put, I don't know why I can't see it, but I think it's behind those buttons or something, or it's at like the bottom or someplace. Oh, there it is. Max perishable label. This is not a title. I mean, I guess it is. For some reason, it's not letting me do what I want to do there. And this one is going to be centered. What's your problem? Your problem is something here. We need another one of these. This is going to be max non-perishable. I think there's probably a dash in there, huh? I think there's guns in the Shogun 2 game, right? There's built-in things called spin box. What's a spin box? An input field for numbers. Okay, so we don't need this thing, this text field. It's just for numbers, yeah. So why spin box? Oh, and it has a little up or down thing. Huh. Okay, well that'll make this less miserable. Let's make these go away. And probably in the spin box, I can step. Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet you in here I can set, like we're gonna set it to 5. Okay, and then we would just adjust. Yeah, this thing's great. You know, there was that game, I streamed it. Trying to think of the name of it. It was a hex-based strategy game, but it took place, it had like in the same time period. Um, it was really bad. But it definitely had the feel, of like when it had some stuff programmed in too to when you can get the different sides to help you in Japan, or give you guns basically. All right, so let's just delete these buttons. We don't need them. So that will be one less thing, and we can adjust this. Like we can set this to the max amount. Okay, we won't need to do that horrible. So the math F thing I was talking about earlier, uh, like with max and all that, because this one we can just set it right here. So this is going to be much easier. This is one step less agony. I wish we could change this though. These little buttons, like we could make them look different. But whatever, it's good enough for now. So we're gonna have the max current resource. Does this thing have a? It doesn't. All right, well, that's fine. I think that's all we need for this. Oh, it's in the theme. We're gonna have to go. Where's my themes? And we'll look at a theme here. I'll just pick one at random and we'll look at it. Here, this one isn't used anymore. Spin box. Up, down. Oh, good God. I don't want to deal with that. Not right now, at least. Can I trash can you? Get out of here. Can I trash can this whole thing? I guess it doesn't have any changes, so what we're doing. So that's, yeah, thank you. Then let's move this thing. This thing. So we're going to need another V thing here. That is going to go here. Yeah, we need two of them. For a second, I was like, oh no, we only need one. But no, we need two of them. And then this thing. And we're actually going to need some more labels. This margin needs to go down, whatever. Let's say 70 now. And then this thing. I don't know why you're not centered. There we go. And we don't actually want these labels to be this big for their fonts. We'll go like whatever, 16 or something. And I guess I never know like what the best way to not best way, the God damn it, why can't I remember these words? It's like on the tip of my tongue. The preferred way to do this, either have like a label that you just update and it, you have it say, and then with the code it adds in max perishable, then the name or the number, or having another label, which is, I guess I'll do the other label thing here. And then the label, and we'll put like 500 in here, and then we'll duplicate this, and this will go down here, and this will be max perishable amount label, and then this will be max non-perishable label or amount label. Yeah. So we need this up here because the player needs to know this number. Separately, so what is that thing, that term? Separate labels you think is better. All right, that's a good point. You can make it so that this could be green and this could be red or whatever. That is a good point. And I think I've done it both ways so far in this one program. It's sometimes I do it with a separate label. The problem, I feel like, and this is not a problem. I think it's inexperience. I'm like, wow, look at all these fucking labels I got. This is out of control. But I don't know if that's like when the game's done. I've never seen like the code of a finished game. If I looked at, I'm trying to think, Crusader Kings 3. They have, on one panel there's 6,000 labels, and there probably is. That's probably the way it's just done, and I just don't know. Okay, so I think this is everything we're gonna need for this. So we're gonna call this resource storage. No, we'll just go up. We'll just go with storage HBox. And then we're going to make this a scene because we're going to need a bunch of these. Storage. What am I doing here? Making sure that these don't have spaces in them. Want it consistent. All right, so now that we have a scene, we should be able to edit this. You know what I recently learned though is do not duplicate these scenes because it doesn't do what you would think it would do. Like the labels are linked back to this. Like if you duplicate this label will be like linked to this other label in the one over here. You got to drag them up from here. You gotta probably you could do instance child scene maybe. I don't know. I just drag them up from here. So what did we call that thing? Storage. Not UI. Where are you, UI scenes? Storage HBox. So we're going to put another one here. And how many did we have? We had fish, vegetables, wood, and scrap. And I was thinking we could instantiate these each time, but we're not going to do that. Because then we're going to have a bunch of these. Like I said, this is going to be ugly at the beginning, but we're going to have like a whole, this page is going to be jam-packed at some point. And I think instantiating stuff isn't necessary. I mean, we could, so that it instantiates each one of these as it goes through. Let's look at what we got here for how is this shit created? Like, where are we storing this shit? We actually don't have any storage for this stuff anywhere. Yes, we do. Where is this stuff? It's under faction. It's at the faction level. I'm looking at globals anyways. I think it's at the faction level, which is we're not going to need that. Yeah, it's at the faction level. This no longer applies. It does. It does apply. Let's do this. We'll go food, faction. Each one of these, so these are like your totals. No, let's do this differently. Go back here. Influence is gonna always be and money is gonna always be at the faction level. Butter storage? We will eventually. We will need butter storage. That's definitely gonna, like, literally gonna be a thing. I was thinking cheese, but yes, butter as well. it's wasn't, you know, like it's like the salt economy. I'm wondering if we don't want this at the faction level. So this is what I was thinking. It would just do the math every time. It would just add up. We got to look at this in a different way. Is this game still running? No. It would just do the math every time to fill these in for the non-faction stuff. So for scrap and food, that's going to be at the top. Just every time a thing changes, it just does the math for you. The fuck is going? Am I here listening to an advertisement? I think an ad. No, that was strange. I have like music playing and it like suddenly kicked into like an advertisement, I think. Um, the only problem with it doing the math every time is that it might slow things down. I think I'm worried about that too much. Let's do this because it's gonna break the game. Let's put that like that for now. But then we're gonna do it by county, and we may just add, just have this pre-mathed. Yeah, see, we have. Oh wait, what I just did was pointless. Go back to there. And then do this. Actually, no, that was not pointless. Food, faction, scrap, faction, and then just do so food, influence, money, and scrap. Influence, money, scrap, food. They are, yeah. I think it will be because the issue is you'll be able to see that you're running out of food and stuff. And so I wish I could put the max storage yet on here too, but I think it's gonna be too confusing. Um, but the thing that's also gonna happen, what's fucking going on here? The thing that's all, oh, I got two exports. Uh, the thing that's also gonna happen, well, I'm not at 200. I think is, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to like try it out and see how it works. So if it says this is back to that same exact thing, can I hit play on this and will it work or do it? Because I'm like mid programming here. Um, it will not work. I like changed a bunch of shit, and I think one of those changes like threw off some things. We got nothing open, so that's good. What is your problem? Oh, you know what happened is I think I renamed. No, I didn't rename the labels. Let's fix this real quick. Real quick. County data 41. There's nothing there. Build this. So the cost will be people will have to move it. That's the cost. And that's one of the first things that I want people to be, like the AI to be able to do, is that could be like a business they would start as transporting stuff. There's going to be, oh, meant to put that in my list. I'm glad you reminded me. For research, we need a trade depot. Trade depot. There. Oh, I guess I had trade in there, but trade depot is what we really need. All right, what the fuck is going on here? I bet you something. So this doesn't have any things linked to it, so this doesn't matter. What is your problem with this? It's the same error, I think, but we'll make sure. Null reference, object reference, not just. So I don't think I renamed it. Where do you have this at though? County data. Generic dictionary. There's nothing at 41. County data get default property. This is like something's missing from one of these things because I probably renamed it. What does the output get to? Research assigned. Basic research. That's under faction generation. Oh, probably one of these numbers got fucked up. Mm, how many researches are there? There's 3? Yeah, there's 3. So it actually finishes this. What's after this? After this is county generation. Assign factions to county database. I know this bug does not make sense. I know it's like I changed the name of a variable or something, and that's the problem. It says it has a. It's always these bugs, but I don't know what I just changed to cause the problem. You know what I mean? I did a bunch of changes to this stuff, getter setters. I don't have any errors down here. We renamed these and we moved them around, but this shouldn't matter. This shouldn't matter. I guess I renamed this. Let's look for food, maybe, because I like renamed them and named them back. Return food. Food changed. Food faction. Minimum food. Does a getter setter have to have the same name? I don't think it does. Where is this faction data? You know, because they have different. This is like a lowercase, but let's do that. Let's fix this just in case. Scrap. This is going to be scrap faction. And this is going to be food faction. I don't think I changed anything like up here. Generally, that's like I missed something. Oh man. Okay, it's the same. Oh, no, it's still thinking. Ruving, how's it going? No, finish it? No, no, it's the same one. It's going to take me years to finish it. Years and years. We're doing research, and now we're doing county storage because we're going to do research for county storage. So we got to build the storage part into the game. And now I got some weird bug. Let's go to these other ones. Maybe this will make more sense. You know, this was commented out, and I was like, why? Wonder why this is commented out. You know, Wi-Fi is like a regular issue at my because you know everyone works from home pretty much. Uh, that didn't have any effect on these bugs, so. Yeah, I have no idea what this bug is. It says that there's a generic dictionary, get Godot property default values, exception has been thrown by the target, system null reference, object reference not set to an instance. It's got to be one of these things. Maybe I dragged something accidentally. These are all here. It won't let me build, so there's, you know. Food number. Oh, it's a doozy too because of the So what did we mess with? We messed with these top bars. There's no other scripts there. We added this thing, but this thing doesn't have anything connected to it. Um, we looked at this. I'm very confused by this. We added, okay, let's go back to our faction data. Maybe there's this export, there's this export. I moved something. Okay, this doesn't have an export on it, but I don't think that matters. But that did need it. That did have an export. This is our getter setters group thing. Resource, it is a resource. I have an idea. It's just a hobby. I don't plan to monetize it either. I wouldn't make money. I only have, like 200 people or something all together, like with my other channel. It's like 300 followers or something, 400 followers. Um, no, don't plan to make it a career. I eventually am going to do like a Patreon or something, but that's far off in the future here. I guess it's not that far off. Okay, those are fine. What other resource did I fuck with? The faction data. Those changes would have fucked with the faction data. Yeah, I don't know. I hate advertising, so advertisements. Okay, so this is. Oh, that's because we haven't built it since I did that change. Let's clear those and build this again here. Okay. I was a whatever affiliate on Twitch on my other channel, and it was just I couldn't take all the ads that was blasting the viewer with, so I asked them to get rid of it. They're actually really nice about it. They were like, "Sure, if you ever want them back, just tell us." And I expected Twitch to be more like just aggressive and also not respond to the messages so quickly. It was a couple hours. And they said, like, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yep." And then they were like, a couple hours later, it was gone. Except they did let one other person like paid for a subscription like the next day, and then before it like went away, where they couldn't do that anymore. Um, yeah, I have no idea what this is. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go take a break, and then maybe it will pop in my head. Maybe we should close this and reopen it. Uh, and reopen this. I don't think that's going to solve anything. Every once in a blue moon it does. Uh, you know, I guess at this point it's been a couple years, but I only do it like on the weekends and stuff generally. Is that true? I do work on stuff at other times. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck this problem is. But I have a day job and stuff. Um, unable to cast object type Godot resource to type player space county data. County data. There's like 60,000 of those though. Coding from the womb. All right, yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break and then I'll be back. And while I'm taking a break, I'm gonna immediately know what this problem is. I really think this is just like something's open, or uh, like if I have one of these UI things open, it breaks. But I don't see anything open. Map editor. When I say open, I mean like shown. This one's supposed to be. That's supposed to be. Um, all right. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I think the only way to figure this out is just to go through where it's like, each step. Poking around is not doing the is not fixing anything here. So it's getting to where it assigns the research. So that is, oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Okay, this happened one other time too. I need to have like a thing. Well, let's see if this is the problem. Then I need to have like a thing that says in here that what's broken. I know what it is. Or at least I have an idea of what it is, I think. We need to go to the map editor and regenerate the counties. The counties are broken because I changed the county data. So we got to delete these. And then we got to go to the map editor. Usually have that scene open over there, but I'm not fucking with it. So where are my scenes? Too far. Scenes, map editor, play this scene. And then we got to generate the counties. Oh, I got some bugs here. It's the same bug. So we're on the path here. Okay, let's stop. Let's run. I want to see if they appear right off the bat. They do. So let's go to the map editor. The map editor is much simpler. It's going to... no files in counties, which is what we want because... oh, is it the county resources that are busted? I can't remember what these are, if these are supposed to have like their name in here or not. Why would that have fucked that shit up? Adding to this shouldn't... what the fuck am I listening to? I know you guys can't hear it, but it's bad. Kurt Vile. Sorry, buddy. Let me pick something better here. Please. Okay. A lot of emptiness. Oh, this part? I feel like these should have their county names in here. Yeah, this doesn't have like is... I wonder what happened to all this data. I was trying to think if there's an easy way to look at this. I wonder if I can look at... why would that have all gone away, though? Whoops, I don't want projects. I want this. No, that's not what I want. I want this. I want repositories. I want this. We want to go to research. We want to go resources, counties. I wonder if I can look at the text version of this. Yeah, see, they haven't had stuff in here. Wonder why it all disappears. Or disappeared. So this happened to me to Unity, and it actually on Unity it made me not make me hard code everything in. So this is the problem. This is missing, and I think I was dragging over the faction data in here too. I think there's a note about something about how this is stupid. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I didn't use the word stupid. Uh, why would these go away? Why would they lose all of their information? Let's see. I was messing with the county data file. And I moved some stuff around. Actually, I didn't move. All I added were these things. I don't know. I think this is a Godot bug. So this thing is probably not working because the county data can't have this. But even then, it shouldn't clear out your resource. This probably needs to be in like ready or something where it signs that stuff. Um, so I guess we got to fill in some things. I'm pretty sure I dragged over the faction data. Faction data. Because I remember it was a dumb way to do it, because then it kind of defeats the purpose of a few things. Thought I saw something interesting there. I did not. Yeah, this is not getting me anywhere. Well, I don't think there's a way to get these back. So we're gonna have to type this shit in. I can't type things in here. What? Um, can I put a faction data in here? Am I in the wrong spot? Yeah, their color is all should also not be black. I guess we'll get rid of this crap while I'm looking at it. What was I doing the other day when I posted in my Discord too about I was messing around with something and I couldn't get the variable to go away. Okay, now I can type in here. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that one is. I can't remember if I'm supposed to check this. This is an AI capital. Uh, I wonder if it's this thing. I'm gonna see if I can implode it here before I try to have to refill these things out. Weird. This isn't gonna work though. Now that I look at this, this is not gonna work because the globals doesn't exist. So that has to be like that. And we'll have to set it later. I'm gonna put a note here. Yeah, this something bizarre happened. I think it's like a Godot issue, though. It's probably something that people know happens, and all right, what was I going to put up here? I was going to put assign starting max storage to each county data at county generation. It probably started with that thing, and it was commented out, but something in there blew up the whole thing. So I guess I'll mark this as Cowlitz is a thing. You're gonna need a faction. I'm pretty sure I was dragging this in here. You know where that what? Oh, I can't put it in there. You know where that was? I actually think is it was here. Stupid. Okay, it's not here. What about fucking? I think it was one of these. I thought I said fucking stupid. And this is, oh, I was close. It's fucking dumb. And stupid. Period. There we go. Yes, so I am assigning these manually, but it wouldn't let me for some reason. That is... This is Cowlitz. What the fuck? It's letting me put in... Oh, wait. Okay, so this is the... I think what happened is those equals whatever caused issues where it couldn't load some stuff. And instead of it like blew it all away. That's awful. That is awful. Let's see if we can put this faction data in here now. Yeah, we can. Now we gotta fix their fucking biomes too. I don't remember that shit. We're doing 10 people. Cowlitz is like right around here, so it's primary. We'll do like forest, coast, and it's got a river. And we got the name in there. I'm pretty sure the county ID is generated. And if it is generated, then I'm going to make that private. Tillamook is faction 2. And it is the AI capital. And it's coastal. And I think it was forest and like mountains. Population 10. I don't remember if I was typing this shit in here, if it was being generated somewhere else too. Motherfucker. Douglas? Where the fuck is that? This is... Let's see, I can count down. So it goes Cowlitz, Tillamook, Douglas. This is not a capital. We're going to say that this is faction 2. These biomes aren't being used right now, but we'll do mountains and we'll do... There's no river there. Ruins? No, but that is what this other thing should be. Cowlitz is ruins. Ruins. Portland. I'm not putting in population here. I don't think I need population. We're going to have a bunch of bugs. This is crazy that this did this. Ruins. River. And I'm going to put plains, I guess. And Wasco. This is not the player capital, but we are going to own Wasco. Oh, I fucked something up here. This is Washington. Well, I'm glad I did enums. This, um, where were we? Wasco is in Oregon. We're owned by the player. Wasco's over here somewhere, I think. It's not coastal. I don't remember. We'll just put some whatever in here. Plains, river, and Harney. Harney, I think, is this one. How many do I got left? 2. So Harney is going to be this one, I think. And I can't remember if it's a capital or not, though. It's going to be like desert shitbox. It's plains and desert and awfulness. I already have plains. I wonder if I was doing like 2. I can't even remember. And then Umatilla's up here, I think. Umatilla. And if I have to put, like I said, if I have to put in this ID manually, then faction data. Oh, did I not do it for Harney? Harney, you need some faction data here. This is going to be all fucked up. And I'll have to like take a screenshot and look. Yeah, this is an awful coast, no, desert, mountains, and plains. And then let's hit play on this thing, and then we'll deal with those bugs, because there's going to be something I missed here. Yes, mini bugs. The image specified must be greater than 0. That's this thing that it's talking about. This is for it's got to match a color. And I guess I never had a debug thing in here. Like, if you're not matching colors, then you're fucked. Like a thing in the output that says, like, hey, your colors are off. So we need to go to... Oh, I think I made this so that it loads. We need to look at this thing, and then we need to go to here. We need this eye drop thing, and then Tillamook. We need to go to here. Eye drop thing. Douglas. And Portland. What a major pain in my ass. And then Wasco is this one. Harney is this one. And then Umatilla. And then, nope. Then this. And I turned off that thing, so we're gonna, yeah, it's gonna look like this. Then we're all green here. And I think the issue we're gonna run into is like I said, I don't know if we're generating the county population. So we'll find out. I can't remember. I vaguely remember that it was connected to the whatchamacallit. Yeah, that population thing has nothing there. So let's actually go into this and get rid of this. Because then it doesn't show up on the inspector. That's like the new thing I've been doing, where if it's not something that I'm supposed to edit, I actually take it out. Even though it would be nice to look at, I actually take it out of the editor. Let's see what else we've run into here. Yeah, you can move over there. We got 500 food there. Can we assign a researcher? You're not idle. You're not idle. You're on the fucking move, motherfucker. Okay, so that was just a different bug. That was a bug that had nothing to do with our current catastrophe. The current catastrophe seems over. Let's fix this. A moving hero can show up in the assigned research area. I bet you I know what that is already. Go up here. I bet you this is so when this guy's moving, if we look at whatever this person's name is, it says that his current activity is moving. I bet you this is looking in the assigned area is looking for. Well, he's assigned to it, so that's kind of interesting too. That's gonna be a problem, but we're just gonna ignore it. I bet you it's looking at like the next thing, because only people who are idle are supposed to show up on here. So actually it's gonna be over here somewhere. Generate assigned researchers. This is gonna be on the description panel. Assign researcher menu button. Assign researchers menu button. That clears the list. Assign research menu button. That is what we want. If they're county motherfucker. Okay, so if their current research item data equals data or data equals null, then it's going to show them on that list. And it's showing their next activity. I think I ran into this before and I was like, oh, well, who gives a fuck? And what did this say? Their current activity is moving? If their current activity is moving, yeah. So what we'll do, then we'll also go and county population, current activity is not equal to all text, or I guess it's just activities moving. And if their current activity is not equal to moving, so if they have no research and they're not moving, right? Man, you know, for that catastrophic of an error, which was pretty awful, it was only like 35 minutes. Not this bug. Not this bug, but those bugs 7 times before this. Okay, what were we doing? We were moving, and we'll just have them move a little bit. And they were still able to be on that. Yeah, there's nobody who's available to be assigned. Well, let's make sure that let's send them home. Uh, and then let's see if they can research. And then we'll close this. Well, then we'll move them again. And no one's assigned because they get turned off from researching if you move them. All right, so that was just some weird thing that I hadn't noticed before. That's fixed. Now, I think everything is fine. Well, let's look here. Do we have this assigned to the right people? AI Faction 3. Okay, so this is, I do need to set. Maybe I should make a list. Umatilla does need to be set to that. Otherwise, they don't get the right population assigned to them. Maybe I should have a list of that just in case this ever happens again. Hey, look at that shit, though. That's wrong. No one's researching. I wonder if I click away. I do. So we need to update that as well. That is... I thought I already had that updating. So when it goes... What did I do to get that to happen, though? He was researching here, and then he should have went to moving. So if we go to their token movement thing, I actually wrote a little bit of, I added onto this a little bit earlier. Update current activity. Remove from research. So remove from research sets that to null. It does this, but we also need it to update the county info description thing. And I think that, I know I have 6,000 things open here. I think that is under... I actually don't think I have it open. Of all the things, like we don't need the battle control open. I hope. Skill data, here it is. Generate heroes. Generate heroes panel list is what we need to do. So back to our token movements. Update current activity. We need to also remove from research and county info control instance generate hero panel list. We can just turn that thing off, but that's not what we want to do here. Let's go back to here. I think that will do the trick. I hope that will do the trick. Yeah, I'm gonna have like 500 of those. Imagine that bug happening when I had 500 of those. I'd have to go through each one and fix them. That would be brutal. It almost makes me want to go to like a CSV, have a CSV file that loads to that or something. Man, I'm gonna have to think about that because that's awful. This still didn't get the right population. They should have 10 here. You know, 10 plus the hero. Oh wait, idle workers 20. Good God, now what's the problem? something. Oh, you know why? Because I typed in that population of 10. It's just adding on top of it. Okay, so this. Oh, and now the population's gone because I got rid of it because I didn't want to see it, which is weird that I would remember that. Okay, go to county data. Now I'm scared to like do stuff in here because what happens if it like what happens if that's bad? Oh, I probably need to regenerate that. No, I don't know. I might need to regenerate stuff here. Yeah, I do. Um, that's probably why I got to do this too, is because it's using an old version of the the counties. We will remove those. Make sure I was removing the right thing there. Play the scene. Okay, it was more like a 50-minute problem. There we go. We got our green things here. No bugs. And I said save. Oh, I forgot I put a delete counties thing there. Then we're going to play the normal game. And we'll see if that updated. Like, the counties shouldn't be fucked with that much, but I guess enough. Yeah, that fixed that, and that fixed that. Okay, that disaster has been averted. So, where were we doing? We have this perishable and we have non-perishable. Those counties are already going to exist, so I think no, it's going to load. Let's go under county generation, assign faction data to county data, generate the buildings, assign county data uh, to factions. What? Subscribe to county hero list. Update uh, update storage. What a pain in the ass. So on here, yeah, now I'm not really liking the fact that I have to regenerate those things. Yeah, I might want to do it from a like maybe not put the data in there. But I guess I could break it into two different things. Have a map editor data and then have that had like the color and stuff and then have this county data. That's probably what I should do. And then when the game runs, it assigns, you know, each one its own county data so that if I can make a county data change, I don't have to regenerate the whole thing. I'm gonna have to keep that in my brain, which I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna forget about it. But update storage for each county in globals instance county parent dot get children uh, county. Oh, I'm missing a thing here. I'm kind of surprised that the editor doesn't know that, like, that's obviously what's happening there. County data, perishable equals and then county data non-perishable storage equals globals instance, and there we go. And this wants me to do that casting bullshit. They really like that. It would be nice to get all of these 54 messages the fuck out of here. They really want these explicit casts, and they're actually not that. Like, they work, they don't have any issues, but this thing really wants you not to do that. So I guess I might as well. I wonder if I could put the county in front right here. Nah, who gives a shit? That works. um, so I'm gonna do that from now on. This casting thing and the thing where it's like visible, equals true doesn't mean. I wonder if I can do that equals true thing like right here. No. It's just certain things. I guess that's built into part of it. What doesn't matter. I'm gonna try to do that more though. Okay, so we have these. These are, well, let's run it. And this is just, I like how this is just like a blank thing. This loads those maps now. I think I did that offline. Was there some other bug I was gonna fix? Oh, I just assumed it was fixed. We'll close that. This is checkboxed. There we go. It is fixed. We don't have any bugs. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Assign starting storage to each county. Do I have a way to check that that works, though? I don't think I put an export on that. This is going to be under county data. If I remember correctly, this isn't right. This doesn't show. So let's go back over to the My County generation here. Then we'll do we'll just do one of these. County, we'll put a $sign in here. We'll do a squigs. County name, county name. Squigs has county data, perishable storage. I can't wait till the next version of Godot comes out. They seem, so from what I've seen, the Godot versions do you can feel the changes, if that makes sense. Sometimes I feel like with Unity a lot of times that they would do a new version and you couldn't really tell. Boom, there they are. Okay, so all that we have got nothing really going here. It's going, but it's not going. That's been assigned. Oh, we did create this storage panel. So how are we going to get to this storage panel? I think probably we'll want a button right here. We'll just put a button that's resources. It will say resources. So let's go do that. Fingers crossed there's no other massive issues here. So this is our county info control. This is a VBox that controls the heroes below it. So we're actually down here is when we start working on this. What is this texture rec doing in here? I know what this texture rec is for, I think. We can do this just for fun. So I have this idea where we put this yellow piece of paper in here. Sorry. The faction thing is very hard to read. We could change the text color on that. This has nothing to do with what we're working on, but I did have this idea to make this look like more like it's a post-apocalypse. So fuck it, we'll just leave it in there. Um, that text is, I don't even know. I don't think I've ever changed the text color, and I bet you I can't. Oh no, I can. Font color. Faction schmaction. All right, that had nothing to do with anything, but there we go. And my goal is to make this look more like this piece of paper is like a note on the map, not these ugly buttons and stuff. But we're going to add a button here. So let's find, we don't need that thing. We need county title margin population county improvement button. We'll duplicate this guy. We'll put this up here. We'll rename this to resources button. Excuse me. And we're going to get rid of this signal. And we're going to change the name on it. Yeah, then we're going to go. We're going to need a new script. I'm wondering if I should just stick it to this thing. What do we got here? No, we're not going to stick it to this. We're going to have it in this county info control. I wonder what because this code's kind of a little old. I was just looking at this shit. Um, I wonder what I was calling the other buttons press stuff. County improvements button. Private void. I keep typing coid. Void. Resources button pressed. This is the new way I do it. And then we're going to go county improvement panel control. We're going to call this, did I call that thing storage? I think I did call it storage. It's more than your storage. It also shows you your current, I did call it storage. Let's call it resource panel. Because it's showing all of your resources. We'll call this, we need to put this somewhere though. What do I got at the top of this? I'm trying to like not have every single goddamn thing have like all this containers and shit like this right here. I'm trying not to do that anymore because pretty soon you have 6 different things all keeping track of it. What I want to do it is up here. Like this would be the list. Selected panel container will go a more centralized location, I guess. Resource, this is going to be a panel container. Resources, panel container. And then we'll go back to here. We'll build this thing. We'll go back up to here. Because I found I was adding the same things to different spots. So I think I can do this here. And it should be fine. We'll find out here. It might happen too fast. So there's that. And then we go back to our thing here. We go to pressed. Where the fuck is that thing so far? Then we go player UI canvas instance dot resource show. Save that shit. Go to here. Turn this off. And let's see how this ugly thing looks too. it actually kind of looks okay. We'd want this to continue down. I wonder if I can put that texture rack, whatever, who gives a fuck? And then we click this button, and nothing happens because I didn't connect the signal. So we're going to go over to our button here, and we're going to press connect. We're going to go to source, go back up all the way to the top, pick, connect, close this. Because I have been testing research so much, I instinctively went to go to research. Connecting through UI. You mean through the instead of using code? Oh no, we don't have a close button. That's okay. No one would ever want to close this page, right? This is the end of the game. This is how you win. All right, we got to put a close button in here. You know, I've watched. So there was two different game developers, and I can't remember the other one, but one of the guys was he made like a blacksmith game, and I streamed it a couple of times. I think maybe only once. But he mentioned that this is for Unity. Both of them were Unity. That the visual coding, which is like a thing where you like draw lines and stuff, like you drag the lines between the different. So basically, in Unity, you make like they have like a chart that you put the different functions, the different methods into, and then you draw a line and you say like if let's say the method is a bool, you say yes and it goes to here and no if it goes to here. And it's supposed to be for like beginner friendly and then you can learn like more coding after because it is beginner friendly. But anyways, long story short, both these developers said that it was like their biggest regret that they went so heavy into visual coding, the visual scripting or whatever it's called, because then when they ran into real problems, they didn't know how to fix them. And so later in their games, far down the road in their games, they had this huge, crazy flowchart that was like almost unreadable, and they wanted to fix a part, but they didn't know how to code it at that point, and so they had to make it more convoluted in the visual scripting thing. I don't think Godot doesn't have a visual scripting part, right? But anyways, the reason what made me think of that is like, is this a trap? All right, we gotta put in our thing here. Our resources. Nope, that's research. Resources. We gotta add a button in here. And I actually, you know what I'm gonna do just to make these things consistent? I'm just gonna like duplicate this one. And we'll drag it up to here. We'll drop it in there so I can find the bottom of it. We'll disconnect this. Nope, that's not it. Did I grab the wrong one? No, there it is. We're going to disconnect this one. Oh, I have some weird UI enter shit on here too. We'll disconnect these ones. Oh, because that battle control is a thing. I just wanted it the same size, so. So there was some visual scripting. So, and the person wasn't saying that visual scripting was bad. There's a point where you need to like break off from it, if that makes sense. That's what they were saying. I haven't used it myself. And he didn't break off, so he was basically rewriting his whole game. and that was the problem, was rewriting the whole game from scratch. And so he was saying, like, he didn't use the term tricked, but he felt tricked by using it. So we need to have this. We don't have a thing written for this yet. You know, I have like 4,000 of these close button scripts, except on here, huh? Wonder why that one has special adjusting that. Oh, because no, that doesn't matter anymore. Oh, you could probably pause and unpause the game while you were. But you know what we could do? No, that's not gonna work. We'll just have 1,000 close button scripts. Do I normally put a, let's see, this is a good example. Where is this linked to? It's not telling me. If I hover, no. If I go to method, I'm waiting patiently for something to pop up. All right, that doesn't work either. I'm just trying to keep it consistent of where I'm sticking this code here. No, I don't want to look at the battle control. I want to look at description here, because this is more similar. It's kind of a bummer. It doesn't work. Thank you for the go to method thing. It's probably in here. I guess there's only one, except that, let's think about this. No, wait. I don't even have a script. Well, I don't know why I'm overthinking things is what's happening. I've totally like gone down this road of insanity. I don't even have a script attached to this thing yet. So this is going to be, it's kind of a bummer that these are so similar. Let's attach a script to this. In that, then we'll just do the close script in here. New script. This is what we want, but we don't want it in the scenes. I want it under scripts. Yeah, the other guy said that. So the one blacksmith guy, and I'm pretty sure it was this one dude. He said that visual scripting was really important for him to teach how to teach coding, but then once again bail out of that shit because otherwise you. But once again, this was Unity, not Godot. Okay, so this thing we're gonna need private void. God damn me and the coid. Close button pressed. And this is going to, do I have something? Yeah, well, that's very useful. Hide. I was thinking I might have something more useful. And you know what we could do? Let's link this, and I'm curious. I bet you we can pause and unpause the time, but we won't be able to tell. We'll be able to tell actually from the thing down here. I gotta link this this signal through the UI. Pressed. Pick. Close. Build. You know, I was watching a tutorial earlier, and they're Godot, and they were on 4.1, I think. didn't have this button at all, and this used to say like build or something. It wasn't the little hammer, and they were going through here, the MS build thing, and doing like a build button down here, which I'd never even seen. They didn't have it, and I was like, why are they going down there? And they didn't have this, and it was 4.1. I'm pretty sure it was an earlier version of 4.1. Um, you use the bottom one. But you don't have to build it with GD script, right? On the tiny bit that I messed with things, I didn't with GD script, I didn't have to build anything. It just updated in real time. All right, so let's test this thing. We gotta close this first, though. Yeah. What about C++? Is it like a 14-step process? That's my imagination. You gotta get out there and hand pump it. That's the joke I use at my work. People will be like, I've been waiting for this email and I haven't gotten it yet. And I'm like, oh, let me get on the crank. Crank the emails to get to you. Yes. All right. What are we doing? We are seeing if our resources appear, and I'm going to see if I can change the time. Space has been pressed. Yeah. See, close that. That works, but we do need to add that other thing in here. So we need a couple of things. If we need a thing here. We need a method. We need a whatchamacallit. We need all sorts of problems. We got all sorts of problems here. Namespace, player space, and then on. We need a private void on visibility. What is the thing? It's a signal as well. Damn it. Another hour has already passed. Where visibility changed. On visibility changed. If we're just gonna do that thing that one YouTube comment said, if visible, player controls dot instance dot player controls equals false, and then I mean, why would I put it in this close button though? We'll just do this. Why did I put that in that close button over there? That was a dumb thing to do, I think. Anyways, I'm gonna take a quick break. I gotta stop my music that you guys can't hear. The Smiths are playing. Talk about whiny dude music like I was talking about the other day. Yep. All right. I will be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. We're ready to go. Okay, we're not ready to go. And turn off the break timer. Hit play the royal we. I am ready to go. I don't know. Okay. There's a Discord question. Um, it will be available for Linux eventually. I actually had a conversation with my friends about that. Um, Thank you for telling me there, Joker. Uh, uh, it will be eventually. Right now, it isn't even really a game. Generally, I don't reply to questions on Discord while I'm streaming, but whatever. So I talked to my friends about this, and because they're big Linux guys, and I expected them to be more. And I actually put a build thing. I don't know if it was in this game or no, it was my other game, but they. I said, what I did a test build, and it actually may have been for this game, but I may have taken it out of here. But you can add Linux on here. I was asking him some questions like, I was like, it's obviously this 8664, but is there any other ones? Because they love Linux and they use Linux for their whole lives. And they were like, just build it for Steam, man, and put it on Steam. And I was like, yeah, but what about people who don't want to be forced to use Steam? And they were like, just put it on. Who cares? And I was shocked because they're so hardcore Linux people that I expected them to want to. And I mean, I'm going to plan to put it on Steam, but I don't. I feel like people should have the option, and like Joker said, it's not that hard to build it. The problem is testing it. I'm gonna have to make a Linux box. I have a computer. It's like I should just reformat it in the other room and do a test. It's kind of a pain to remote into because I like to sit at this one, while I test on another one. But yes, that is the plan. 150 years from now, I'll have to put the development for my children, put it in their will. You have to continue. Um, Is it $100 to upload to Steam? Well, they were saying what is it called? There's something on Steam that makes it run on Linux. So we got this thing. We got this. It's still letting me do this. I don't need this shit. Close that. Let's stop that. Proton. Yeah. Proton. But definitely, I want to have it Linux. Why is it? Research panel. Oh, I never linked the. This is the problem. Didn't link the thing. Pick. Oh well, I'm gonna release it for free. It's gonna be free, so I don't think I would get my $100 back because it's free. Resources. Spacebar. Spacebar is not working. All right, perfect. Now we have this ugly shit here that we're gonna fill in. I think an array is the way to do this. Oh, that number. Let's fill this in first. Yeah. So this script, we're going to need a few things here. We're going to need an export. Private label. Max perishable label. Export. Private label. Max non-perishable. It still surprises me that the Linux guys were not hardcore into the, because it just seems like it, But I guess ease of use, 10 years ago, people just constantly complained about this one is that we want, and constantly complain about Steam being a monopoly. And I kind of agree with them. Not kind of agree with them. I do agree with them. Um, and now we're like, if it's not on Steam, I'm not fucking playing it. Which is strange because now we have to get everything through Steam. There we go. Let's do it that way. Yeah, that's a common thing, especially for open source projects, to have that, to have it you charge through Steam. I think so. Steam takes 30% uh, of your cut. And I read an interesting article about War Thunder and Gaijin, which makes War Thunder. They said this is kind of insane. They said that they feel like adding War Thunder to Steam was a mistake because all of the purchases through Steam rips them off for 30%, and they feel like they brought more people to Steam than the other way around. So it's free to play on Steam, but if you buy, War Thunder is a pay to win game, so if you buy stuff through the store and you have a Steam account, they take 30% of that. Steam takes 30% for you to buy the pay to win shit. So they released a new game called Enlisted on Steam, which is a free to play game, but they charge people $20 because so it's basically they're upcharging everyone who's getting the shit through Steam, and everyone flipped out and they're like, why are you charging $20 for this free to play game? And they were like, because we're better than Steam, which is insane to me. I think probably they probably have statistics because it's an online game of how many more players they got by having it on Steam. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. What am I testing here? Resources. That's not going to test anything because we have nothing happening there. Update. Max amount labels. I mean, they have repeatedly screwed over their community. Gaijin has, but even then, they do have like bazillions of players. War Thunder is an old game and it's popular as shit. Max. Whoops. Why have you broken my heart? We're going to put something in here. So from here, we're going to need to know when this thing opens up. We actually do know what this is. We do know what this is. This is going to be under globals, instance, selected, county, something. Selected left click county. What is this thing though? No, I know it can't. It's a county. All right, county data dot. What did I call these things? Perishable storage. To string. And then we're going to go here. Let's copy this thing here. And we'll say non. Yeah, they're enlisted. I've been waiting. So I used to play Enlisted's another two-string I used to play Enlisted pretty regularly. It's also another pay-to-win game. And I have a theory that there's a lot less people playing Enlisted than Gaijin says. And because I would often see the same people, that I'd be fighting against the same people regularly, and they would be on my team. And because they generate bots in that game if there's not enough people playing. So I had a theory that they don't actually want. That looks terrible. And they don't actually want people to know how many people are actually playing Enlisted at a time. And that game is a pay to win game, but you can also like dump tons of money in it to win. And when you run into the people who have dumped tons of money, it's so frustrating because it's so unfair. It's so ridiculously unfair and Enlisted. But anyway, so they finally were going to release it on Steam, and I was stoked to look because I wanted to see how many players. Was it like 8 people? Because I'm thinking it's like 8 people play that game. If you look at their Reddit, it's always like one upvote on every post. So they released it. It was a huge disaster because they were charging $20 for a free-to-play game, and they took it off Steam. So I guess I won't find out. I think we need to put like a thing here. We're just going to add a label. Oh wait, there's a separator or something. What does this look like though? It's kind of ugly, but we'll put it right here. I can't really tell. It's because of the background color. Yeah, that's it. It's Enlisted reinforced. That's what they I don't like that. I don't like this thing here. I want this to, so we're going to have a lot of resources. Right now we only have these 4, so this is going to fill up. So I don't want to make this another thing. This may actually go away, so maybe I should not worry about it. Let's look at it when it's actually playing. I think the gray is the problem. The gray is the problem. Oh, is it actually released? Because when I looked, it was not. It was oh right, because you can still play it if you bought it during that period. That's good enough for now, but I don't. Oh wait, they both say the same thing too. That's great. Let's do this again here. Resources. Man, now it looks worse because it's not centered. All right, fuck it. We'll do 2 lines. No, but I think that, let's look it up. I think that that's only what you could, you only can buy it for a certain period. Unless they put it back on. It's on my wish list so I could. No, it's off. So you can't, it's only those people who bought it. So that's not during that period. It's not like they let you refund it. Definition of fraud. Blatant fraud. And the guy got it for free. Oh man, what is the? Oh, it's up to mixed though. But even if it was still for sale or free, I think it would be a very low number. Like I said, it was strange, and I also would streamed it a couple of times, and I would look at who was streaming it before I started playing it. Both when I was streaming it and offline, and sometimes I would run into those streamers in game, and there would be like 10 people streaming it, and I was running into two of them in game. Like, what are the chances of that if you have a, like in War Thunder, you can never see the same people you fought ever again. So if we're comparing the two games, you know, unless you friend them. So I really think there's like way less people, and it's there's the whales, it's the pay to win whales that keep that game going, and um, so anyways, what was I gonna do? We need to fill in that stuff now. This is the max amount labels. That's done. Update resources. Resource labels. They updated. Oh, well, they update the game a lot, but I don't know if that, because you can get it on their free. You can get it for free on their thing. So we're going to need these other labels. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was deciding if I should use these as an array and like put them in there. Or let's go back to our county data that I'm never going to change again in my life. All right, so the county data, we actually never got around to putting in how much was. We just have the storage, but we need to also put in what they have. I think it's got to be a list. Let's look at how this would work. If we go to this county data, county data is a resource wherever it is. We're gonna have to regenerate the things. So let's say like we just make this an array. These are going to be resources. Resource. What did I call these? Resource data. No Mac support, huh? Then let's build this. We are gonna have to regenerate this county, and I gotta do it before I end the day, or I'm not going to. I think I just left this like. What does it matter? Doesn't know. It's like half saved. Okay. So we could make this an array. We could make it a dictionary. The field, that thing's been sitting there forever, and I want to go like do something to it at some point, but um, I should probably just comment it out. There was a reason why I was leaving it there. Oh, I know, I should just comment it out. We're gonna have like a saved list of combat logs, so you can go back and look at what happened in the combat in that county at some point. That's what that is. That was like preemptively, and then I said, no, I don't want to do that. So I noticed something the other day. I don't know if I can duplicate this. I would need an enum. And then in remote, it would be here. It didn't do it on this. So I had some enums in it, and it was changing the enum to the actual number that corresponded, and I thought that was horse shit. It doesn't look like that's happening here, though. I love enums. I think they're the greatest things ever invented. Uh, let's look at all my enums here. I think I closed that earlier. We don't need work open. Because I was trying to get less of these, but here I am back to opening it. So I think that's also proof of my spaghetti code. Is that all like every time I work on something, I got to jump to 7 different things. Exactly. So if you're wondering why I'm overthinking this, is because I could do an array, and then the array like food would be 0, and it would be easier in my brain to say this is food. Um, this though is not going to match. This isn't going to work, and I'm actually using this. So we're going to have to do this differently. I thought I had 4 things. I do have 4 things. This should probably be like faction resources. Faction resource type. And then we should have another one. We'll put it up here. Public enum. County. So, okay, this actually solves a different problem. I was talking about like building materials and stuff, and so I broke this out. This will become, I'm going to put a note in here. Scrap and wood should be combined into building materials. Yeah, that actually and that will also fix some. So we'll have like faction resource type where it's the faction Y. Yeah, this will work if I can remember in the future that this is what I'm doing. So then we're gonna have fish. Why do I always put a capital letter there? Who knows? Vegetables. That's not how you spell that. Vegetables. Fish, vegetables, wood, and scrap. Those are our 4. Vegetables? That seems wrong to me still. It's right, though. And this, though, needs to be down here. Wait. UVW. Gotta learn my alphabet. All right, these will have to be in alphabetical order, though. I mean, they won't have to, but that'll make it less confusing. It doesn't. Yes. So then we have that array at the beginning. Will the array ever change? No. So what we'll do, in county generation, because I don't want to drag over those things into every single one of those. Unless, can I do it? No, I can't. I don't want to drag them every county. So I would have to go here, create this array, add 4 elements, and then drag those things over. I don't want to do that. So I think what I can do, I think I got to set this size though somewhere. I could just make this a list. A list would work as well, and then you could just add them in and you wouldn't have to worry about the size. I actually don't even know how to make this a size. How do I set an array size? C# set array size. Equals, I bet you I can just do this. Whoops, do this. Okay, I'd be wrong. I would be, all right. New resource, resource data, what did this say? And then you put the number in there, huh? There we go. All right, so then that will be 4. Maybe I should just make this a list. All right, so the key between arrays and lists is, from what I understand, is lists you can like be adding and removing them easier and better. Arrays you don't. They're supposed to just be a set number. We'll be affecting the resources that are in there, but we won't be changing the. Yeah, I think array is better. Maybe, who gives a shit? I know everyone's very pro array. So this will give us 4 arrays, and then elements of the array. Then in county generation, update storage. We'll put this above here. Update resources. I'm already thinking that I'm got an issue here, but then we'll go. We'll copy this because it's identical. I guess, I can have this, one of the, instead of this going through each time, we could have one of these that just, because look at it, these are all, and then put the things inside this. Because how many do we got? 1, 2, I think we got 6 of them all doing the same. See, that's another thing where I'm like, I'm not sure what the best practices. That was the word I was looking for earlier. So basically, we would have this for statement, and then the for statement would go through. Some of these I think have to be done before the other ones are. So let's just do it this way, and then, well, whatever. County data, resources, zero equals. We're going to need a thing that this is going to equal. So I think I have somewhere. We'll add a node here. I used to load this stuff from disk, and the problem with that is that then you got to do all sorts of garbage later to get that shit to work. Whoops, not meta. We're going to load. No, we're going to new script. And this is going to be all resources. Not in the scenes. Create. This is going to be a public. Resource data array called all resources. and then we're gonna do a public static instance. There's probably definitely someone like whoops, who's like dying because they're like they know that this is a terrible idea, and then I do this all the time. They're probably like, no, you should not do this. I wonder, sometimes I can feel like, yeah, there we go. Instance equals this. Then we go back over to here, we save it for some reason, and then we hit build. Did I not export on you? You son of a bitch. There we go. And then we build it again. Then this one is going to have all of them listed, and they got to be in alphabetical order, or we'll have problems later. Whoops, I got to add 4 elements here. And you know that's not alphabetical. Oh wait, no, this is alphabetical, and it does alphabetizing for me. Uh, this is what we'll do. In here, we'll go for int I equals 0. Uh, I is less than um, all resources instance all resources length. And then in here, so we'll be going through all for each one of these. Then we'll just be like county county data resources I equals I. So it will go through all the resources and it will assign them for every county. Hopefully that works. That seems like an elegant way to do it. Sorry, I like to make fun of myself. Oh, and the whole world of whatever. Okay, so if we go to here, we go to like cowlets, and then we go to county data, and we go to here. This says this is empty. I don't believe it. This I think that the thing we need a constructor to be able to see this shit correctly. I don't know why that is. And I fucked around with a constructor one day, and it didn't work. I had all sorts of issues with it actually. So what we're gonna do instead is just make a just fill up our logs here. Our county dot uh, county data. What is your problem? County data, county name, squigs dash squigs county data resource I dot resource name squigs equals return county data resource is I dot what do I have in this goddamn resource thing? Resource data. Well, that's a problem. We need to have amount in here. We're going to make this public, but we're not going to put an export on it. Int resource. Actually, I think we can just do amount. Save this thing. Make sure that these haven't imploded. That looks fine. Well, we didn't build it. Let's implode here. It's probably gonna have a builder. I think I'm like mid something. That was county generation. Let's make this a colon. And squigs. All right, so now we should the thing should get blown up with zeros. We should get whatever 428 of them. Is that how math works? 4 times 7. Cowlets, Tillamook, everything's at 0. How much time do I have? Not very much. So that worked. That's how we want it to work. Ah, shit. We need to duplicate this. If it will let me do it right here. I probably have to cast it. Yeah. Resource data. We need to duplicate that. These need to, we don't want the same resource, otherwise they're going to get the same shit. Man, this kind of throws a wrench into how I did it before. Good thing I did no planning before just to cause me so many issues later on. 65, just make sure that this, I was just making sure that there was no bugs or something from that. So duplicating is what we want. It will duplicate each one of those and stick them in there. It took me a long time to figure out the resource thing, but after you figure it out, it's kind of like a template, and you just want to copy new ones or create new ones on your own. It really drove me insane at the beginning. Probably later it's going to drive me insane again. So the other thing we need is, if we look up here, we do have some starting stuff. Influence is at the hiccups. Influence is the main one. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to try to correspond these, and we're going to have to do that. I know that I've said we're working on research, but we just have to, there's no point of having researching storage without storage working. How much time do I have? 10 minutes? I don't think I can pull off what I was thinking. I was thinking we could fill this part in. That should probably be an array, so we can just go ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk down each one too, and it would bug out. So let's do that. Let's do this in an array as well. We can do that part, no problem. This is like a something. We will do an array public of labels. Label. And this will be, wait. This is going to be an array of whatever these things are. HBox containers. Resource HBox containers. And then we'll go back over to here. We'll build this thing. This is working out. It's just a little slow. I guess it's not that slow. It's as you would expect. It's about my standard speed here. Then this is gonna go here. 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 And then we're gonna have, like, when this thing loads on visibility change, update resource labels, we're gonna have, you know, for each var, get your fucking var out of here. For each resource data in this thing. No, that's lies. We need to look at this. Do I have a script attached to this yet? I don't have a script attached to this, and we actually no, for each resource data in county data resources. No. Globals, instance, left click, selected county data resources. So for each one of those, we're going to go through, I think this needs to be a for loop, actually. Same thing again. So this is kind of int I equals 0. I is less than this. I plus plus. What was your problem? We need length. And then it's basically the same thing we did in the other one. I dot, except I don't have the labels and stuff already assigned to this. So this does need to have a script on it. But I gotta go to the bathroom, so I am going to call it a day. Mid thing here, I'm gonna comment this out, and then I'll just fix it offline. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm just going through for each one of these and making them line up, and that's it. But that is it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next time. Have a